That's it. I'm famous. Don't talk to me.
My name's Laureano Ramos, and I am part of the Silverfox Squad. I was always interested in how I could look in certain clothes. But mind you, I was raised by a single mom, so money was very tight. And I always try to find something that kind of stood out. Probably around 18, 19. I started coming up with my own ideas. I would see like pants, for example, that I didn't like the way the pockets look. So I would buy different color pants and I would take the pockets off the color pants and put them on a solid color pants. Everything was self-taught. I would just go down the aisle and just look for needles and thread and thimbles and just figure it out myself. At a young age, I've always been very active. I always thought I was going to play either basketball or NFL growing up because I was tall, I was fast, but I was very skinny. So my mom actually bought these sand-filled dumbbells that she got from a garage sale. In my room, I would do push-ups and I would do dumbbell curls. I was very limited on what I knew about exercise at the age of 10, but that's how it started. I do have to admit, at a young adult age, I kind of fell off of that, but then I revisited working out and living healthy after my second was born. So the interesting story about the Silverfox Squad, how everything started was I posted a reel. And I was at lunch at work one day and I started doing reels by doing voiceovers. By the weekend, it was at 10,000 views and likes. And then I posted a second reel where I came across the Silverfox Squad and I did a duet. And they were on a yacht filming in Miami and all of them were on the yacht. So I did like a duet and played their background music they had. And I was just watching them and making hand gestures. And I put in the comment, throwing it out in existence or manifesting, going to be part of this group one day. A couple weeks or so thereafter, the leader, Irvin Randall, actually sent me a DM and I couldn't believe it was someone who had so many followers and someone who was verified who wanted to talk to me and was asked to be with them. I thought it was going to be a bunch of good looking gentlemen with beards getting dressed up and making photo shoots. I was like, yeah, I'm down for that. Let's do it, However, the very first night that I met every single one of them, I kind of made my way around to talk to each one and get to know them. I quickly found out that they're not a bunch of older pretty faces on social media just posting pictures. They have a mission. I had to rethink my focus of, what am I doing here? Toward the end of our 3-day hangout, we had an exit interview and each one of them interviewed the new 4 members. And I had some really good things to say and I was really impressed with them. And the one thing that came to mind was I had to figure out myself, how could I add value to this organization? In all honesty, did they really need the 4 of us that came in? And I knew that they didn't. I just had to figure out how I can actually contribute to them. When I first met them, a lot of words were said about, but the one thing was, this is a brotherhood. This is something that we look at each other and we're here to support them, through anything. I don't think I really ever had a best friend growing up. I've had friends, acquaintances, and these men have shown me that I've been missing this my whole life. My focus has been on work and my kids and my wife, and I've never really had that time to make connections with men at my age. Before the Silverfox Squad, I just grinded. I lived my life. I raised my kids. I love my wife, love my family, and that's all I thought life was about. But when the mission was presented to me, I started thinking to myself, I could do this. I can definitely do this. I'm a pillar in my community. I've been at my job for over 22 years. I manage an amazing team of men and women, and I've got 2 teenagers. And if you have a teenager, you can do anything in life. And Irvin Randall is the leader, okay? He was an educator for many, many years. So he has a big heart, a great mind, and he's a visionary. So he's the one that came up with this and started recruiting people little by little. He's not going to just come at you because you have a pretty face and you look good or whatever. You once again, you have to share the same vision he has and the heart that he has. And he's rubbed off on me so much. He's amazing. We have a whole mission statement, but just to kind of narrow it down, we're a bunch of older, distinguished gentlemen that want to help other men in life that are maybe having a hard time, or even younger boys, eventually girls as well, influencers, just trying to help them find direction in life. The 11 of us do that on our page. So have you seen my page? I promote, health, fashion, style. So I do get messages from men and women saying, hey man, how do I do what you're doing? What are you eating? What's your workout like? And at first, I was spending a lot of time, responding to them and saying, hey, why don't you try this and do that and do this? And sometimes you'll get men that'll be like, man, that's a lot of work. I'm not sure that I want to do that. I'm like, bruh, if you're asking to be like me, this is what I do. But you don't need to be like me. You just need to find something to help you along the way. You don't have to be in the gym like I am 6 days a week. You don't have to eat like I eat. You don't have to go to bed, when the sun barely goes down. There are other ways that you can figure it out. And that means a lot to me, because I feel like even though I put all this hard work into myself and my family, I didn't know that it was, people were looking at that. But in social media, obviously you put yourself out there, they want to be like you, or they want some sort of fitness tips, or they want some sort of motivation. And I'm getting better at doing that for them. But we also have tours that are coming up. We're going to be in Houston, and we're going to be in Atlanta, and we're going to be in New York. And what we're going to do is we're using this platform to generate the income to support the organization. But for every city that we visit, a portion of that is going back to the community. We have a manager that handles, most of this stuff, but we discuss this on the Zoom meetings. How do you guys feel, giving back to your local Boys and Girls Club, or to a neighborhood that needs, more groceries because it's a low income family neighborhood situation like that. So we're all about that. We're doing photo shoots for companies that support us. We're getting out there. So, in Houston, not only are we doing the Women's and Men's Symposium, there are other organizations that want to hire us. They want us to show up and just be part of their group and do more interviews or do more fashion shows. So we use that whole entire weekend, for those situations. So when I first went viral, the first person that I had to consider was my wife, because I'm getting, likes, and I'm getting messages, saying, oh my gosh, this man is this, that, and of course she's human, so she's going to feel a certain way about stuff like that. So she had some struggles with it as well as I did. But we've talked it out, and we've kind of, moved on from that. That was that. Secondly, my kids, got to be honest with you, being teenagers, I think they were like, what's dad doing? You know what I mean? Either embarrassed or having fun with it, or just like blocking it out their mind, because I come up on Explorer pages, and when their friends tell them, hey, what's your dad doing on my Explorer page? You know what I mean? They're like, oh my gosh, not again, So the attention is, I'm very used to it. I really don't pay too much mind to some of the messages and stuff like that. I look for opportunities from people who are trying to reach out to me, because those are the ones that mean everything to me. The social media, really, it's what it's done is kind of change my thought process, because there's a lot of opportunities out there. You could be like hot right now, and someone wants your attention or wants you to help them promote their product or do something, and you got to be able to take advantage of that right now. I'm 47, and I enjoy my age and my health, but I want to take advantage of what's happening right now. I wake up at 4:10 every single morning. I'm in the gym at 5 o'clock. I leave the gym about 6:30, 6:45, because across the street is my job, and I'm there for 11 hours. And I manage a very busy Cadillac GM dealership. So I'm all over the place. So by the time 6 o'clock comes around, I don't have much energy left in me, other than come home and say hi to my family and enjoy a meal or whatever. Then, it's dark time, and you hit the repeat button. So I would say my biggest advice for anybody watching or listening in is, I say it over and over again, you got to create discipline. You have to, because people get motivated, and next thing you know, after a day or two or a week or a month, the motivation runs out. But the discipline just carries you through everything. So if you're serious about being promoted at work, then continue grinding. Don't make any excuses. If you are continuing about, being a better father, a husband, then make sure you show them and care on them and love on them every single day as much as possible. As much as they push you away when they're teenagers and don't want to kiss you, don't want to hug you in public, continue to do it. You have to have that like Kobe Bryant would say, that Mamba mentality. You just don't give up. You just keep going at it. You know, no matter how many times you failed. And I'm a very big example of failing so many times, but just continuing to push on. It's biblical contentment, being fully equipped for every here and now, not just when and then. Once again, guys, my name's Laureano Ramos, Silverfox Squad member. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave some positivity in the comments down below. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help.